Hi, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of this. Welcome back to another episode of Vlogmas, you guys. I had to push myself, get some energy, girl, because the hustle and bustle of the holiday is trying to kick my butt a little bit. I'm in good spirits, don't worry, but I'm just, every day is not a perfect day. Every day is not a good day. And so I'm just going through the motions, okay? I can't pretend like every day is perfect, right? But I'm here, I'm healthy. I have several reasons to be happy. So, we're not going to dwell in the negativity, girl, because what we are designed to be favorable beings. So we're going to live in that, right? So I wanted to come on here, and make a video first before we jump into the vlog, because it is holiday season. So happy holidays to you, your family, your friends, all of your loved ones. Happy holiday. So I wanted to let you guys know that because it is the holiday, crime, okay, is at an all-time high. During the holiday, people are scamming and jamming, baby. They are scamming. So I wanted to tell you guys about this company because people are going to be traveling during the holiday, and I don't want you guys to get scammed like I did in the middle of your Christmas vacation, like I did in the middle of my Thanksgiving vacation. Okay, so me and Gabby, of course, you guys saw that we traveled for the Thanksgiving holiday. Okay, so when I bought my ticket, I wasn't sure of when we were going to return. So I brought us one-way tickets from home to Chicago. So we flew through Spirit Airlines. I don't normally fly through Spirit Airlines. I vented in the other video about how I felt about the flight with Spirit. I just felt like it was a desperate flight. Let me just be honest. Did not like it. We made it safe. I'm grateful, right? So on our way back, because it was the rush of Thanksgiving and people were rushing to get back home, of course, ticket prices were going to be high. So I had been like monitoring the tickets, and I just want to, you guys probably see it in the title, but I'm just going to tell you the name of the companies before I get too far in the story, okay? So the company that I'm telling you guys about, and I'm going to put them on blast, no discretion. I'm going to tell you guys the name of the person that I worked with, everything, because I want you guys to know, okay? We need to be in the know about this. And I got on YouTube to look for some information about it, and I could not. The reviews I saw, they were horrible. I saw afterwards, but I couldn't find any videos or any testimonials about people who had either successfully booked through this company or who had got scammed through this company. But once I did some research, I did find some written reviews, but none on YouTube. So here we go. This company, the app or the website is called Jetcost. Jetcost is supposed to be like an affordable flight platform that helps you to find affordable flights, okay? So Jetcost is the name of the website, the domain where I found the ticket. The name of the company that scams me was called Travel Makers US. Travel Makers US, and I'll include some receipts. The woman that I dealt with, her name was Jennifer. and they go by several different names: travelmakers.us, PCM Travel. All of these names, they're scammers. Okay, beware, they are scammers. So let me go ahead and finish telling you guys what happened. So anyway, like I said, I had to buy a flight back for me and Gabby. Gabrielle is 3 years old now, so she does not fly for free. So just know that do not travel to the airport with the expectation that your 3-year-old can fly for free. Once they pass 2 years old, they're past lap size. You have to pay full fare for them. No discounted fare, nothing. Full fare for your toddler to fly. Luckily, I had already knew that, so we didn't run into any like discrepancies there. I was already prepared to pay for Gabby. So anyway, we were looking for I was looking for flights, and I had just been watching the flights, and I came across the Jetcost app. I had Googled affordable flights, cheap flights, you know, discounted flights. I had Googled that, and Jetcost came up. And so I downloaded the app, and I was just so outdone. I was telling my mom, like, Mom, you know, you got to download this app because, you know, we're going to be traveling. Look at the prices on here. Now, I won't say they was dirt cheap. They weren't like $25 flights, but some of the flights you could find like as low as like $77, $65, $125. They were reasonable, especially compared to flights being $500, $600, $300, you know, during the holiday season, you know. And a lot of people say if it's too good to be true, don't believe it. But it wasn't too good to be true, because on certain days on Google Flights, on Priceline, you can actually find flights, you know, within that price range. So it seemed reasonable to me. So I was just watching the flights on the website, and when it was finally time to book the flight, I had booked the flight. I found 2 tickets from Chicago to Boston, and the tickets were, I believe they were $77. They were $77, 77 for Gabby, 77 for me. So I was like, oh, cool, that's decent. That's going to be like a total of $150. Once you add taxes, $170, $175. That is not bad compared to the $500 plus that I would have found paid just buying a flight regular, right? So and I'm not gonna say you get what you pay for, all of that. No, I'm not gonna say that. Get your bargain, sis. Get your discounted tickets. They are out there, but be cautious of where you buy your tickets from. So anyway, I had booked my flight on the website, on the Jetcost website. And when I had booked my flight, everything seemed perfectly fine. But I did notice, oh, I think I had started booking and I got a phone call, or I saw a promotion. So I called the number on the website, and I was talking to the guy, and he was like, oh, you know, that's not the real price on the website. And he sounded sketchy. Like, he sounded like a scam. And so it sounded like it was in some like Indian call center or something like that. It was a lot of noise in the background. It just was not professional. And he seemed like he was trying to upsell me and scam me. And he was like, you know, that's not the ticket. The ticket is going to be pending. The ticket might not be available. Buy the ticket from me. This is the cheapest ticket that you can get. I'm like, no, that's not what you guys said on the website. And you guys also said that it was a discount if I called to book. So all of a sudden, everything that which is false advertisement, which is illegal, everything that they were saying on the website just went out the window, right? And so he was like, well, since you started booking your ticket, it's not free anymore. He was basically lying. So I hung up. I was like, no, I'm not interested in whatever he was trying to sell, right? So that was the first red flag. But because, you know, I was traveling and I'm used to people like trying to upsell you, but I watch those scam channels with the big scam call centers and stuff like that. I love those because we literally have to beware. These fraudulent websites, they really be having real domains, real call centers. Like, they be set up like legitimate places. Okay, so anyway, I got back on the site. I found the ticket for affordable price. Like I said, it was $77 for Gabby, $77 for me. So I booked the tickets. I got a confirmation in my email, and I read the confirmation. When I read the confirmation, it said your ticket is pending. and that somebody would, that my ticket was pending and that it will process, in a certain amount of time. And before my flight, they would send me my reservation. So what I believe was happening was maybe they was purchasing like standby tickets or something like that. I'm not sure how they're really operating, but when I paid, I didn't get a ticket. And in fact, they didn't take the money from my card. They put a hold on it. So I was like, okay, well, let me call them back to see what's going on. So I called them back. I got this woman named no, matter of fact, I did not call them back. They called me right after I made the reservation. They called me on the phone and they was like, hi, is this Tamika? And I'm like, yes. They was like, we just wanted to let you know that the flight that you just booked is sold out. So you have to pay an additional $34 for you and the other passenger to get on this next flight. And so the flight that I had booked was it was either like through United. I believe it was United, the blue and white one. I think it was United. It was booked through them. But when these people called me on the phone, the ticket that they were talking about was through Spirit. And so I'm like, this is a totally different ticket, And basically they called me on the phone and they was like, you have to pay an additional $34. I was like, well, that's still not the $500 that I would have been paying. So additional $34 would have made it like $100 and something a piece for me and Gabby. Cool, if the ticket was sold out. Because at this point, I'm like, they're not an actual airport, like, an airline. So however they run their business, whatever they do, as long as they don't scam me and I get my ticket and my reservation, whatever they have to do in the background, the negotiating, all that is none of my business. I'm perfectly fine with that. If they can rummage up the discounts, if they got some type of backdoor connections where they buy the cheap tickets cheaper, I don't care. It was affordable, and as long as it was done with decency and we wasn't getting scammed, I really didn't care what happened in the background, right? So I paid the extra $34. And then the woman, she tried to run my card. Second red flag, she tried to run my card and I used my PayPal card. And so it sent me like a fraud alert. And it was like, did you authorize this payment? Now, again, it was not really a red flag. It was kind of like a pink flag, because before I had traveled, PayPal had been flagging like all of my purchases. And sometimes they'll do that where they flag your purchases and you have to confirm yes or no if it's you. So it was kind of a pink flag, wasn't really a red flag. I'm like, okay, I told the lady, I'm like, hold on, they flagged this. Let me go ahead and put it through. Now the lady started to get a little bit get frustrated with me. Like it wasn't like normal customer service. She was almost like she was rushing me. She was pressuring me. She wasn't patient or anything. And I just remember when I had watched like the scam call center videos, how they would like pressure the elderly into giving them like their personal information, and they were claiming like they work for healthcare agencies, and like they were just really aggressive and rude. And they were Indian, right? And so I was like, feels so familiar. It just don't feel right. And so I had told the lady, I was like, so when will I get my ticket? Like, I started asking her questions, because now at this point, y'all rubbing me the wrong way. It's a whole bunch of chatter going on in the background. Y'all muting the phone. Like, it was just real suspect. And so when I started asking her questions, it was the answers that she was giving me was real choppy. It was just suspect. So I told her, cancel the tickets. I don't want to do it, because she hadn't charged my card yet. Because once PayPal had denied it and I got that pink flag, I was like, yeah, I need to follow my gut. And so I was like, no, that's okay. I feel like this is fraud, and no. I said, I'm traveling with my small child and y'all not about to scam me. Just cancel it. I was like, I don't want it. No. And so I hadn't even paid yet. So this is where the even more illegal part comes into play. I had told her, do not process my card. I was like, I'm not interested anymore. Don't process my card. I hung up. She called me back and I said, do not process my card. I am not interested. I feel like this is a scam. She was like, Tamika, this is not a scam. Blah, blah, blah. With her strong accent, she was like, Tamika, this is not a scam. I guarantee you this is not a scam. It's 100% legitimate. We'll give you your money back if it don't work. And I was like, like no flight agency is doing that. We'll give you your money back if it don't work. And no, I don't have if it don't work. If I'm paying you, I'm booking booking the ticket, I need my confirmation just like I would any other airline. So anyway, she was like, I already processed your ticket. So she went ahead and processed my card, even though I had told her this was a major red flag. Even though I had already told her, do not process my card. I am not interested. She went ahead, which a customer service agent at a real company is not going to do that. If you hang up and tell them you're not interested, that's it. They not calling you back. They not hounding you. And they damn sure not going to process your card without your permission, because that's absolutely illegal. So she went ahead and processed my card anyway. And so now at this time, once she had processed my card, the charges was like $328. And so I was like, when am I going to get my ticket at this point? Because I was like, before I start, calling the parties that be to let them know that I just got scammed, let me see, let me follow through, since she claimed that she charged me already and I see the charge on my PayPal. Maybe this is legitimate, right? So time had passed. I was like, when will I get my confirmation? Because I'm waiting for it in my email. She's like, oh, you'll get a confirmation receipt. Now, I'm a small business owner, so I know you can do PayPal receipts. You can do, what's the other app that I use? There's plenty of payment processing apps that you can use. So, and you send out an invoice, and the invoice just look like a generic invoice that you can build. It does not look like an invoice from like United Airlines or from Spirit with all of the disclaimers and, all of the information. No, it looks like something mocked up receipt. It's just standard, a random standard receipt with the link for you to go pay. And so she sent me this link, and you have to sign your name and confirm. Another red flag, and so it was just so many red flags. But because the process was so similar to a normal process, it is so hard to differentiate. So you guys really have to pay attention to like the small nuances, because it was so close to a normal transaction minus the red flags. And there's so many small businesses. Like I said, I do use those kind of receipts for my small business. So there's so many type of like mom and pop shops, it's so many agencies that's like staffing agencies and all of these different agencies that's coming up, that it would just seem so legitimate, right? And so once she got done, I'm like, when am I going to get my ticket? And she's like, oh, if you don't get your ticket confirmation by the end. No, she was like, I'm sure you'll get your confirmation. You'll get it in a couple of hours. My name is Jennifer. Here's my number. Call me if you have any issues. So a couple of hours passed. I didn't get my confirmation. So I called the center back and I asked to speak to Jennifer. Again, somebody with a strong accent got on the phone. Oh, Jennifer, who is this? And Jennifer's not available right now. They was giving me the runarounds. So I'm like, okay, that's enough. At that point, it was enough, because I already knew that it was a scam. I'm like, this is a scam. So I started looking on YouTube, looking up the reviews. Sure enough, like Pilot Post or something, people was like, they was getting scammed. They was getting to the airport and they didn't really have any tickets. They was getting there and like basically they was getting scammed. They was canceling their tickets. They was all of these different things. People was getting their money stolen and they was not getting their money back. And so I got so furious, because I'm like, okay, at this point, it's me and my baby. This $328. We need to get home. And we are stranded and scammed. Like, during the holiday, our last day of Thanksgiving. And granted, I had went to my granny house. And I wanted to stay with my granny. So it wound up being, when I say that, like, favor is so well, because even though it was a bad situation, it still turned out a good situation. So luckily I knew how to handle it. Like, I was very privy to just scamming, because I've worked in appeals, I've worked in legal settings. So I was just familiar with what to do. So once they didn't send me my ticket, I called back. You guys, they kept giving me the runarounds. They kept like transferring me and nobody was answering. Then finally they said Jennifer's out of the office for today. She was no longer there. But Jennifer did something that I know that she regretted that she did. She sent me someone else's ticket. So there was a woman, we're going to call her Misty. Misty and her husband were traveling from Canada, and they were going through Travel Makers USA. Now, Misty had purchased tickets, and her tickets was like $600 and something plus for each person or something like that, which was a deal from them because they was traveling from Canada. And what I found out was later on they were going to to their family timeshare, and I'll tell you how I found that out. So I was like, oh, they sent me somebody else's ticket, because when I got the confirmation, I was busy with Yabby. So I'm like, okay, they sent the tickets like that. And so then I went in because it was getting late, and I'm like, let us start preparing for our travel the next day. Let me make sure, you know, I know where we're boarding at. We got all the proper information. Just let me make sure. Sure enough, I opened up the tickets. It's for a totally different person. All of her personal information on this ticket, her address, her husband's name, her phone number, the last 4 digits of her debit card number. Yes, a total breach of confidentiality. So I thought these people are scamming me, and they sending this ticket to try to show me, like, I thought it was a fake ticket, and they were just trying to say we do send out tickets so they can have an excuse to say that they sent me a ticket and, oh, it was a mix-up. Because what they had been doing all night, now like 10 hours had passed, still no reservation. They were like buying time. So I'm like, they sent me this so they can buy some extra time and try to say, oh, we sent it, but it was the wrong one by mistake, if you know what I mean. So I saw the woman's ticket. I called United and I asked them, I'm like, hi, I want to know if this is a legitimate ticket. I went through this airline. I think it's fraud, blah, blah, blah. First, I want to check and see if I have a flight. They confirmed we have no flight for you. Oh, first I called Spirit. They confirmed we have no flight for you in the system. The only flight that we see is the flight that you took into Chicago. We see no returning flight from you. I think that you got scammed. That's what the people at Spirit said. So I hung up. I looked at the ticket. I called. The lady's flight was through United. United told me that the ticket that I had was a legitimate ticket. So the good part was now I had some leveraging, because now y'all sent me this woman's personal information. Y'all sent me her flight, and it's a legitimate flight that she paid over $1,200 for. I know she'll be pissed about this. So I called them back and I asked to speak to Jennifer, and they were like, she's not there. I'm like, oh, you sure you don't want to let me talk to Jennifer, because I have Misty's travel ticket number such and such, 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 such. It got dead silence, and the guy was in shock, and he was like, don't do anything with that ticket. You don't do anything with that ticket. And he just got like irate. And so I was like, oh, definitely some leverage, because now y'all didn't expose this woman information. Y'all still didn't send me my ticket. Give me a refund. So I told them I wanted a full refund. I did not want the flight. They was giving me the runarounds. Oh, Jennifer is not here. Jennifer got to come back. So I found the woman Misty on Facebook. No, I sent Misty an email, and I'll include receipts and everything inside of here. So I found the woman Misty. Her email was on the receipt. I reached out to her and I asked her, I said, hi, Misty, do you know that you're in the middle of a scam? And she's like, a scam? I said, here's your airline ticket from travelmakers.us. And I sent it to her. And she's like, how did you get that? I said, they sent it to me. They sent me your personal information, and they're scamming me. And I just bought tickets from them for me and my daughter, and they still haven't sent me my tickets. Now, I was skeptical with emailing her, because I was like, all of these people could be working together. Like, I don't really know what's going on, and scammers go above and beyond to do their scamming. So I was very hesitant with what I provided to the woman. I was like throwing out bait so she can give me answers so that I can confirm that she was a legitimate person, because I did look her up on Facebook first, and you know, she was a standard. She looked Caucasian, but I know she was Caucasian, but she was Canadian. So she had a standard profile. It was like her and her husband. And they were like like on some skis or some type of Christmas, I believe, like Christmas photos, festive. But then I saw a graduation photo of her daughter, and I was like, okay, this is legitimate. She was talking about how she had just graduated and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna talk to this woman. So the woman sent me an email and she was like, can you call me? So I called her from my Google Voice number, but she was like, she was busy on the phone. So that kind of was suspect to me, because you just asked me to call you, but now you're busy on the phone. I'm not calling you back. So she was like, I'm on the phone with travel makers. You know, they messed up my ticket. They sent duplicate tickets over to United. And I'm just thinking in my head, lady, if you don't realize that they scamming you, they send it, you have to read the reviews, because they sending you duplicate tickets so it can cancel out, so they can keep your money. So anyway, she was still on the phone with them, trying to bargain with them and everything. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna wait for her. I got my own problem to deal with. So sure enough, the morning came and Jennifer called me on the phone. And she was like, hi, Tamika, this is Jennifer. I'm like, why are you calling me? Because at this point, I had already called PayPal. And I told PayPal, you guys, I might be missing some details, but anyway, I talked to the Misty girl. We talked about everything. Sure enough, I had her ticket. I emailed it to her. And then I could have did anything with that ticket, right? I could have found out where she lived. Like, I could have been a scammer, a murderer, anything. I could have been anything. And they just sent me all of that innocent woman's personal information. So I got on the phone with PayPal and I was like, I want to dispute this charge. This is a scam. I'm reporting it. PayPal started coming talking about 10 to 14 days. I'm like, I don't have 10 to 14 days. Like, it's the holiday. I'm in the cold. I'm traveling with my daughter. I told them I was in the cold so they can move with a sense of urgency. I'm like, you guys need to escalate this. Like, I don't have 10 to 14 days. I need to order new tickets. Sure enough, PayPal was trash. They did not do anything to help me. So I started like Googling stuff, researching stuff. So I went on the government's website to find the cybersecurity contact information so I can reach out to them, because how are you guys running a full-blown scamming operation, scamming people out of their money, and y'all are legitimately in business? Y'all have a real website, y'all have a secure domain, like y'all running a real operation, and the government ain't shut this down yet. I was furious. So I went on the government's website and I found the cybercrime email, but I could not. So in order to report a cybercrime, you have to fill out a paper, but their PR team did have a direct email. So when I emailed them back and told them, y'all better give me my money, because I know the powers that be. And if y'all want to play, I could press this little red button and we can send it up. So sure enough, I put the cybercrime email, I CC'd them on the email. Jennifer come calling me the next day in a panic. Oh, we got your ticket, blah, blah, blah. I said, you guys don't got my ticket. I don't want a ticket from you. I want my money back. This is a scam. I had her on the voicemail. My grandma was sitting right there. So my grandma, she just upgraded her iPhone. So she recorded me. And Jennifer got quiet, and I saw the numbers. They were still rolling on my phone, so I knew she was still there, like the scammers do. So I was like, Jennifer, I know you're still on this phone. And then she got off of silent. And I was like, let me tell you one thing. You people better give me my money back, and you better give it back to me expeditiously, or it's not gonna be nice. Next thing you know, a couple of minutes later, because I had been emailing them. I even put the attachment of the woman's ticket on there that they revealed to me, her personal information with the cybercrime people, everything. The cybercrime email from the government. And I'm going to put the cybercrime link down below so you guys can report any cybercrimes, or you can CC these people if something similar happened to you, because PayPal did not have my back. They were not handling it expeditiously like it needed to be handled. So I had to figure it out on my own. Okay. So within 24 hours, I was basically able to get everything squared away. So anyway, next thing you know, I'm talking to PayPal and I checked my PayPal and it said pending refund. they was refunding me my money, because they was like, this girl is crazy. She trying to blow up the shop. Like, she's going to blow down this whole operation. She did CC cybercrime. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because y'all thought y'all was about to scam me and have me and my baby out here bad. No, you wasn't. So anyway, they wind up sending me my refund, giving me all of my money back. And so I was still talking to the woman on the phone, and she was basically telling me like, yeah, you know, I had to stay on the phone with them all night. Finally, I got my tickets. We were supposed to travel on the 22nd, but we're not going to make it there until the 24th. And I felt so sorry for her, and I hope her and her family do not get scammed, because I feel like she was being very naive by still purchasing tickets with them when they had just messed up her reservation and took her money, and she called her bank. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to include our messages, because we wound up messaging on Facebook Messenger. I'm going to include the messages where she was furious because she called the bank and they told her they processed her refund. The bank said they didn't have a refund for her. But she still went through and bought the tickets with them, and they're scheduled to fly. She was saying like her husband, he bought the tickets because her and her other daughter had tickets from another company, but he said go ahead and get the tickets. So she went ahead and got them. And she was like, she feels worried about it, but her husband told her to go ahead and do it. I told her, girl, if I was you. But anyway, that was between them. I couldn't solve their crime because I was too busy focusing on me and Gabby. So basically she had messaged me and was like, she reached out to her bank, and the bank told her that they had nothing pending from her. Long story short, within 24 hours I got my money back. Okay, and I wind up booking through Priceline, and I wind up finding 2 tickets for $125 for Gabby, $125 for me. So I wind up just paying $250 for us to travel back home, which I actually wind up saving some money. We wind up flying back home, as you guys saw before, through Delta. We got free luggage. Unlike Spirit, I didn't have to pay $79 for Gabrielle roll-on bag, and we got free snacks, free internet, and free everything. Perfect flight. It was beautiful, and we made it home safely. So I wanted to make this video because I want you guys to be aware that these companies are out here scamming people for the holiday. Okay, if you can, go through Priceline, go through Google Flights, go through the actual airlines, go through legitimate companies. Do not use these third-party flight companies, because I am not sure if they vet all of the companies that they allow to use their platform. I don't know how it's happening, and quite frankly, I was naive that they were doing this with flights, but I'm glad that I had the savvy. I had watched like some call center bust for cybercrime, so I was very on cue with everything that was going on. So if you ever travel with this company and it was successful, let me know in the comments. And if you got scammed by this company, also let me know in the comments. And if you're traveling and you just happen to stumble across this video, just go in the other direction, okay? And I'll include the post for pilot posts where people are also complaining about this company being very fraudulent. Okay, so I hope this helps someone during the holiday. Again, the name of the company is travelmakers.us. The woman that I dealt with, her name was Jennifer, and the company that they use to scam is called Jetcost. I believe, yeah, Jetcost. And it basically shows you all of these affordable flights. It shows you prices going up and down. Immediately after you pay for your ticket, you're going to get somebody calling you on the phone to scam you and tell you that that's no longer available and upcharging you for new tickets. So I hope this really helps. Enjoy your holiday, and me and Gabby will see you guys later. Bye.